Hey, what's up, everyone? It's been a little while since I've reported on various events happening inside and outside the world around us, so let's get started. I believe the very last thing that I reported on was these cracks that have opened up in Croatia after their 6.4 magnitude earthquake on December 29th. And of course, the record breaking bomb cyclone that engulfed Alaska at the very last of 2020, and the northern Pacific Ocean getting winds of over 100 miles per hour and 45-foot waves. And more with the falling dead birds phenomenon. Hundreds of dead birds fall from the sky in France on New Year's Day 2021. I apologize, not France, but Rome. I stated France. It was Rome, Italy. This news is out of India. An entire town was put on curfew days ago because of the bird flu, after thousands of crows died of the bird flu. And not only in India, but birds are mysteriously falling dead out of the sky in Sri Lanka. And the longest fossilized set of human footprints ever recorded from the Ice Age. And loud booms and rumblings are shaking up neighborhoods around this world, panicking residents and officials wondering what they are, or so they say. I know I've heard them. Some object believed to possibly be a meteor crashed in Lake Michigan just days ago. And a large glowing blue object, they believe to be some sort of UFO or unidentified flying object, dropped out of the sky and fell off of the coast of Hawaii. Fell directly into the ocean in Oahu, Hawaii. And if you think 2020 was the worst year ever, think again. There were many, many years recorded historically that were extremely devastating. And I'll be talking about the red-haired giants of Loch Love Cave, Nevada very soon. Or Love Loch, I should say. Love Loch Cave. I have studied that many different times. These races of giants that were recorded throughout this world, but mostly in North America, by settlers that came here. They claim Columbus saw them, and the Native American Indians also reported these red-haired giants that lived in the caves and reported them to be extremely tall with red hair, some of them very coarse hair. Now, I shared this days ago. A mysterious energy source melted the roads and sidewalks in Tel Aviv, Israel, and they evacuated the area after the road and underground temperatures reached 140 degrees Fahrenheit plus. An article was posted on January 5th that the great new mini ice age has just begun around this world. This is an image drawn of the great snow in 1717. And it's possible that we could have many ice ages taking place around this world, but I'll do research into that. I mean, it's hard to tell specifically what might be happening. And just 6 days ago, it was reported that an apocalyptic hailstorm killed 4 people in the constitutional capital of Bolivia. Ow! Sorry, I just had an extremely sharp pain in my left arm. Hold on. Okay, but this is the area the hail fell. And as of 5 days ago, new powerful Merapi volcano eruptions have prompted over 500 evacuations in Indonesia. And is this an angel, the image of an angel, or another anomaly? What do you think it is? This picture was taken by a firefighter over a burning home in Poland. Now, some say it's a light anomaly, and some say it's a supernatural entity. I can't say for sure, but one of the firefighters stopped to take a picture. The others kind of said that they weren't paying any attention to it, and they see all kinds of strange things all the time. And some of them said it was likely just a light anomaly. Others said that they see strange things all the time, but they continue to do their job and ignore it, and didn't stop to take pictures. So some of them criticized him for taking pictures during the home burning, and others praised the picture, so it had different reactions. What are your thoughts on this image here? It's odd, I watched the Simpsons episode regarding the skeleton angel that was used to promote this shopping mall. I just watched that episode the night before I found this article, so that was kind of interesting. That's what this angel reminds me of here, or whatever this is. It is stated that only the archangels have wings, but that's interesting how this took place. I've captured many different interesting things myself. This is a devastating image out of Naples, Italy. The hospitals there were almost swallowed up, they said, as the sinkholes have opened up across the area. So, as you can see, this area completely swallowed up in Naples, Italy. Now, the health center has been evacuated, and they have updated this article to state now that the hospital was not swallowed up. So, thankfully, that did not happen. They originally stated that the hospital had been swallowed up, but they've now changed their information, or something has happened to it, because I remember reading that the hospital was swallowed up. Now that has changed. And after being hit by multiple bomb cyclones this year, or bombogenesis, another one is forming off of the west coast of the United States and heading toward Alaska. Canada and United States border experiencing extreme weather phenomenon. They're calling this the bomb cyclone superhighway that's formed off of Alaska, because they just keep happening. Over 100-mile-per-hour winds, and it's hurricane force winds, that's for sure, and they are very dangerous. Bombogenesis, or bomb cyclones, used to be something you'd experience maybe once or twice a year according to meteorological data. Now they are quite common, having well over 10 per year in several areas, and I had never heard of them until recently, but now they've ramped up, and I've heard of them since around 2013 or 14. People are asking, where's winter exactly? Well, polar vortexes have returned like not seen in years, and buried homes and businesses and neighborhoods and entire streets, buried entire buildings under snow. This is an image of someone's door that they opened, and the snow has covered their home completely. It's reported that unprecedented snow has buried parts of Labrador, Canada, and surrounding areas as residents find a way to try to bury out of their homes and businesses in the area, and just trying to dig their way out. Speaking of cold weather and cold air and atmospheric conditions, the polar vortex split. Once again, we have polar vortex 1 and polar vortex 2, with high pressure systems above to the north and below to the south. So 2 different high pressure systems and 2 polar vortex with low pressure systems side by side like this, making a very interesting looking face right there, if you ask me. That wasn't mentioned, but it was mentioned by me. So, what does that mean? Well, it means that the now departing polar vortex is set to release extreme cold and record-breaking weather phenomenon once again. Arctic blasts and extreme winter weather across the United States and Europe. So, definitely look out for that. I know it has been very cold in our area, just like it was a couple of weeks ago, and this has been a very up and down winter, going from 5 degrees, -2, to 75. I mean, it's up and down. This morning we were 23 degrees. Yesterday was like 19. I think it was 19, and then it was 31. Now it's supposed to be 45, and then 60 tomorrow almost. So pretty crazy weather, but that's the way it is now. I pretty much felt since I was a child the weather was going to get like this, but it was just a gut feeling that I had, and weather manipulation, geoengineering, and weather modification does not help that, but that's what's happening right now. As you can see, this is an image of the splitting polar vortexes and the high and low pressure systems. Now, this is what is being considered an extremely rare weather phenomenon. This is an extremely rare low pressure system that has buried parts of Texas and Oklahoma, but mostly the Texas and Mississippi Valley. Interestingly enough, as Mr. T went to visit, a lot of this took place and power outages took place. Just a thought, but they said that it has buried them in some rare snow and has plunged over 150,000 people into the dark. And I'll give a count update very soon. There's several power outages happening around this world, and I don't know if you heard about this, but an entire country lost electricity a few days ago. The entire country went black. Now, it sounds to me like an EMP or an electromagnetic pulse, but that's just a thought of mine, because given the fact that their cell phone signal didn't work and they had no internet, and if that happens when you have no cell and no internet, to me that implies an EMP, because it shuts off all radio frequencies and electromagnetic frequencies. So give your thoughts on that, but that's what I think. In other news, 2 strong earthquakes have hit Argentina and Vanuatu in 3 hours. Now, these were just 3 hours apart. That's the second powerful earthquake to hit the island in less than 24 hours. So you can see right here, between these 2 islands. Other news to report here, several strong earthquakes off of the coast of California have taken place, some of which, I wouldn't say strong, but moderate. That's the more accurate description. The 4.6 was a moderate earthquake, and given the fact of where it's located, it could be signs of a larger one to come, but I don't want to make any speculation. We've said that before. So, a 4.6, a 3.2, and a 2.9 have hit the Mendocino fracture zone off of California. It reminds them a lot of the 1992 Petrolia earthquakes, and the Cascadia is overdue for one, so that is something to look out for. And the final thing to report here, strange clouds in the sky. What were they? Some were saying they looked like a bird and a rainbow. People saw rainbow-colored clouds. They saw rainbow formations in the sky, as well as a bird cloud. My daddy's been seeing a lot of eagles, he said. A lot of bald eagles. My father's been seeing quite a bit of eagles, so that's something interesting I would like to report. Maybe that's partially symbolic there as well. Alright, so give your thoughts on all of this. I just thought I would share. They didn't give the location of where this was at, but if you know, let me know. Okay, when I researched this, I found out the location. It was in this area, Fuzhou and Fujian, China. So, they said it looks like a bird, and rainbow clouds were seen as well. So this has been various events happening in the world around us and outside this world. Peace, signing out, links are below.